Hey everyone, so in another show of complete hypocrisy coming from feminists, here we have feminist scholars from all over the country rushing to the defense of Avital Ronell, a professor of comparative literature from New York University. This professor is facing a Title IX investigation for supposed sexual misconduct. Now, I have no problem with anyone rushing to someone's defense, but the hypocrisy here is glaring. Anytime a male student is accused of even glancing at a female in a weird way, the male is immediately condemned and there is an assumption that he is guilty before any evidence is presented. Among the feminist circles, there is an unwritten rule that the stories and accusations made by the supposed victims are immediately to be believed. This has occurred in many instances. Occidental College is the more famous one, in which a guy and a girl engage in sex while both intoxicated, yet a year after the incident, the girl claims it was sexual assault, and her story is immediately believed and the male is kicked off campus. Or at Sussex College, when a girl claims that she was raped, yet thousands of text messages are found in which she says the opposite, and that she enjoyed her encounters with this male. Or even the story about Hannah Sandover, in which she falsely accused her ex-boyfriend of rape after he refused to give their relationship another try. She made up a story about him drugging and raping her, and when she was later answering questions from her family, she admitted to making all of it up. All of these stories had feminists rushing to the defense of the accuser, and not a word to be said about the accused, whose lives were sent into turmoil from false accusations. Now here's this famed feminist professor from New York University being accused of sexual misconduct, and feminists could not rush to her defense quick enough. Which actually, again, I have no issue with. My issue is with the fact that they never extend this same courtesy to males that are accused of any sort of misconduct, assault, or rape. Evidence is not high on their list of priorities when it comes to condemning men, and part of the reason is their incessant obsession with uncovering toxic masculinity in a contemporary form, as toxic masculinity used to actually be about things that were harmful to men. But now it's just a thinly veiled idea used to criticize males. It is no surprise when you spend a good portion of your time talking about and lecturing others on how masculinity is synonymous with bullying, violence, degradation, oppression, and domination of women, or believing men to be superior to women. When you fill your head with this kind of stuff, this kind of behavior is to be expected. This is nothing more than an ugly form of groupthink. It's yet another example of feminists not viewing others as individuals, but as members of a group, and whatever characteristics they believe that group has, individuals within that group must have them as well. So if you're a female and you're accused of sexual crimes, the allegations are not to be believed. If you're a female and you accuse a male of a sexual crime, the default position is to believe that the man did something heinous. If you're a male and you profess your innocence, that is usually just met with scoffing and rolled eyes. If you're a man and you're accused of a sexual crime, you are to be condemned before any evidence is presented. And meanwhile, as a male, your life is thrown into complete chaos the moment any accusation is brought forth. So again, I have no issue with people rushing to the defense of someone being accused of a sexual crime, but the hypocrisy here is too bright to not notice. It cannot be ignored that those who are male and are accused of sexual misconduct are immediately assumed to be guilty, but those who are female and are accused of sexual misconduct are immediately assumed to be innocent. And if you're a female and you are making accusations against a male for sexual crimes, you are immediately to be believed, because how could a victim lie or misremember something? Victimhood is an exalted status at this point, so the moment you claim to be a victim, everything you say is treated as gospel, and that has some rather disastrous effects on those who are falsely accused of crimes that might not have ever even been committed in the first place. But that's all for now. Thank you.